Week 2 action coming at you from Aggie Memorial Stadium as the Minnesota Gophers are playing their first road game of the season, here to take on the New Mexico State Aggies. The Gophers coming to this week 1-0 after last week's 18-point fourth quarter comeback, and the Aggies come in 0-1, falling to Texas in Week 1, 45-3. Today's matchup will be played in the rain. We'll see if that has any effect on the game. Week 2 is up next. And Week 2 is underway as Trayvon Colwell leads the New Mexico State offense out for the first possession of the game. Fakes the handoff, goes read option on first down. Finds a little bit of daylight, up to the 40-yard line, taken down for a gain of 9. If there's someone to watch out for from this Aggies offense, it's definitely receiver Austin Franklin. But here's Jeremy Morrison off the handoff. The sweep going outside, he's got 11. And now third down and short. Shotgun tight for Colwell. He takes the snap and will throw. Fires quickly to the outside. It's caught by Austin Franklin. 35-30, and he has 11 more. Franklin had 6 catches for 114 last week, and now Betancourt off the handoff on second down, and he's taken down by Theron Cochran for a loss of 4. Third and 14 now for the Aggies. Colwell out of the gun. Here's the snap throw outside to Franklin. It's incomplete, knocked away, and now it's 4th and long. The field goal unit is out, about a 51-yard attempt for Maxwell Johnson. Snap down, kick is up, it's sailing, and off the crossbar, it bounces back, no good. Philip Nelson leads the way for the Gophers offense, threw for 4 touchdowns last week, 3 in that fourth quarter. He hands off to Kirkwood off tackle to the left, runs quickly for about 5 yards, and then is taken down. Second down and 5, 2 receivers right for Philip Nelson. Here's the snap, Nelson fires to Goodger, and he drops the pass in Aggie territory. It'll be 3rd and 5. Facing third down, shotgun from Philip Nelson, 3 wide including Andre McDonald. Nelson fakes outside, now has to scramble, under pressure, and he's taken down from behind, a loss of 7. 1 possession for each side, and no score here from Aggie Memorial Stadium. Colwell fakes the handoff on first down, now fires long, and leaping, it's Austin Franklin in Gophers territory, 25-yard gain. He ran a great route on the inside of Baltazar and made the play. And now in Gopher territory, 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Colwell back to pass. Slides left, now fires. Open is Moorhead, wide open to the 20, 15, taken down inside the 13-yard line. 26 more. After the false start, it's 1st and 15. Handoff to Morrison, looking for room. Breaks a tackle up the middle. Fighting for yards, a gain of 11. And now third down and 3 from the Gophers' 7-yard line. Colwell fires to the end zone and just gets rid of it. Through the uprights, it'll be 4th down and 3. A much closer field goal attempt this time for Maxwell Johnson as his left-footed kick is up and through. 3-0 Aggies. New Mexico State strikes first. 3-0 so far in the first quarter as Donnell Kirkwood takes the handoff up the middle, runs through a defender, a tough gain of 5. Second down for the Gophers, twin tight end set. Here's Nelson, back to throw, good coverage, and he's under pressure, dropped for a loss, he'll lose 6. After the sack, it's 3rd and 11. McDonald is slot right, 3 wide set for Philip Nelson. He lobs it outside, over the shoulder to Frichty. He makes the catch in Aggie territory. 30, 20 being chased, they won't catch him. Touchdown! Isaac Frichty goes 74 yards to the house. And that was simply a perfect throw by Philip Nelson. Knew his receiver break to the outside and laid it in perfectly. Nelson's 5th touchdown pass on the season gives the Gophers a 7-3 lead. And now 1st and 10 for Colwell. Outside, picked off by Derek Wells. And this will go for a Minnesota touchdown. 13-3. 2 plays, and Minnesota has scored 2 touchdowns. And this time it's a pick 6. He wanted the screen quickly to Austin Franklin, and Derek Wells was all over it. 2 very quick touchdowns for Minnesota, a 74-yard touchdown pass, and then a pick 6 on the following play. It's all of a sudden 14-3 as Jeremy Morrison scampers for a gain of 15. Empty backfield shotgun look for Colwell as he throws on second down over the middle. He hooks up with his wide open receiver Brown in the Gophers territory, 17 yards. Second down for Colwell out of the gun, empty backfield again. This time he wants to scramble, but there's Theron Cochran. He won't let him escape. It's a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 9. The Gophers had plenty of practice stopping a running quarterback last week against UNLV, and now 3rd down and 9. Colwell's back to throw. He wants to chuck it long to the end zone. Martez Shabazz knocks it away. 4th down and 9. We'll see the field goal unit come back on. And here's Maxwell Johnson, his 3rd field goal attempt of the first quarter, and this kick is up, and it is through. 14-6 Gophers. 59 seconds to play in the first quarter as Philip Nelson lines up under center on 2nd down and 7. Now quickly throws outside. It's caught by Isaac Frichte, 9 yards and a first down. And the Gophers did a great job of spreading the ball around last week between Frichte, Crawford Tufts, and McDonald. And now back outside, it's Frichte for another gain of 7. And as I say they spread the ball around, it seems that Nelson is only spotting up Frichte so far. But now 3rd and 6 over the middle, and Crawford Tufts was behind Larry Butler, who almost came away with a pick. The Aggies trying to halt this Gophers momentum. It's 14-6, and Minnesota sends the blitz. Colwell wants to scramble up the middle. He might gain 2 yards. 3rd down coming up. They need 8. Out of the gun, Colwell back to pass. A 4-man rush from the Gophers, and here it is, and they pressure him and drop him for a loss of 8 yards. It's Theron Cochran for the 2nd time today. 3 down linemen from New Mexico State on 1st down as Philip Nelson will throw on 1st and 10. Outside, open is Andre McDonald to the sideline. It's a gain of 9. McDonald had a phenomenal 4th quarter last week, hauling in 2 touchdowns in that comeback, and now here's Kirkwood on 2nd and 1. Off tackle, he has some running room. Across the 40, a gain of 8 yards. Kirkwood only ran for 63 yards on 18 carries last week. We're seeing a lot more running lanes here early, but now play action for Nelson. Deep over the middle, Isaac Frichte, touchdown Gophers. This time from 38 yards out, Nelson goes long to Frichte, and he cuts inside the safety, and Minnesota's now up 21-6. And it's been big plays giving Minnesota this 15-point lead. Now 1st down handoff to Jeremy Morrison running outside. A couple of nice blocks to the 40. At midfield being chased by Derek Wells. 30 and brought down in Gopher territory. Great run by Morrison, who could be shaken up. And now inside the 20-yard line. 2nd and 1 handoff to Betancourt up the middle. Staying on his feet to the 11. Brought down for a gain of 6. 3rd down and 5 for the Aggies. Colwell hands off to Betancourt. Up the middle, and Damian Wilson shuts him down. It's a 2-yard gain, and Damian Wilson just jacked him up. Both teams have scored 3 times, the difference being the Gophers have scored 3 touchdowns, and the Aggies have scored 3 field goals. 21-9 as Nelson over the middle to Crawford Tufts, 1st down. Out of the gun this time. Nelson fakes the handoff, he'll keep it up the middle. With some room, he slides, the gain of 12. 1st down Gophers. And in Aggie territory, just outside of field goal range. 2nd down and 10, dumped off to Kirkwood, who'll stumble but gain about 5 yards in the play. They need 5 yards to convert on 3rd down. Shotgun for Nelson. To throw, over the middle. Caught by Drew Goodger in traffic, 11-yard gain to the tight end. 1st down. A 7-play drive thus far, now a toss outside to Donnell Kirkwood, running to the 15, and he shakes off one defender, runs through another, and he's down to the 12. 3rd down and 2, and Nelson will throw. Under pressure quickly, and he's sacked for a loss of 6. It's 4th down and 8. Hawthorne trying to extend the lead before halftime. Here's the kick, it's up, it is good, and the Gophers are up 24-9 headed into halftime. A couple long Philip Nelson touchdowns and a pick 6, and the Gophers are up 15 as we enter halftime. And as both teams adjust for the 2nd half, we're going to go into a little Minnesota recruiting here for the halftime show. And we'll all be keeping a close eye on this class as it's the first class for head coach MrHurriicane Sr. And with Minnesota graduating 2 of their starting linebackers, both of their starting corners, a safety and a defensive tackle, it'll be interesting to see what they do on the defensive side of recruiting, as they have to fill a lot of holes here early. But one of the guys they're targeting very heavily right now is wide receiver Doug Duckett out of Maitland, Florida. He's a 4-star prospect. It's likely Kane's looking for the very next Eric Decker to take over this offense. On the defensive side, though, watch out for John Meyer from Golden Valley, a prospect here from the state of Minnesota. And in this young season, we're already seeing the value of a guy like Rashid Hageman, and so it's likely Minnesota just wants to keep building that defensive line to be the anchor of this defense. And as the season progresses, we'll have much more news on the recruiting side, but the first half is in the books, Minnesota on top, some big plays led by Isaac Frichte. We'll have the 2nd half kickoff coming your way next. And Minnesota has the ball out of the gate here in the 3rd quarter, 24-9, as Philip Nelson hands off to Kirkwood up the middle. He'll go straight forward for about a gain of 7. Pretty impressive first half for the Gophers. 2 touchdown passes by Philip Nelson. He'll throw on 2nd and 3. It's Devin Crawford Tufts over the middle. That's 15 yards in the slant. Andre McDonald is slot left. Kirkwood in the backfield. Here's Nelson outside of the sideline. McDonald has it. He stays in bounds. 13 yards. Nice play by McDonald. He was the star of last week. And the toss outside to Kirkwood. He's got some running room. A nice gain of 8 yards. And now it'll be 2nd and short. Not much getting in the way of this Minnesota offense lately. They're in New Mexico State territory. Handoff to James Gillum up the middle. He goes up for 5, and that'll be a first down conversion. Twin tight ends for Nelson. Handoff, it's Kirkwood to the left side off tackle. Good block by Frichty to the 10-5, brought down from behind. First down, Kirkwood inside the 5, and it'll be first down and goal. 2 receivers left for Nelson as the Gophers are knocking on the door. Nelson fakes the handoff and now fires. Touchdown! Lincoln Pulsek. Touchdown Gophers as they extend their lead to 30-9. Here it is one more time. A play action and Pulsek got himself wide open. The lead for the Gophers is now at 22 with 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Colwell fakes the handoff. Here's the keeper. He has the first down and more to the 40. Brought down to the 45-yard line, a gain of 19. And New Mexico State trying to get a little bit of momentum if they can. First and 10, and Colwell wants to run again. But there's Theron Cochran for the 3rd time. He won't let him escape. 3 sacks on the day for Cochran, as it hasn't been a great day for the New Mexico State offense. And Colwell on the keeper again, and this time Aaron Hill on the backfield wraps him up for a loss of 1. 3rd and 15. A man in motion, that was Franklin. Here's a screen to Morrison, and it's once again Aaron Hill. It's a gain of 0. 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's still 31-9 Minnesota. Colwell fakes the handoff, goes up the middle, and Rashid Hageman won't let him go anywhere. Excellent day for the Gophers defense thus far. 3rd down and 7 as Colwell looks to scramble, and Rashid Hageman will put him down for the 3-yard loss. Sack number 1 on the season as he sent Colwell flying on that hit. A little over a minute to go in the third quarter as Minnesota has a very comfortable lead. Nelson fakes the screen and now goes long to McDonald, who takes a shot but collects the first down. Minnesota getting it done both on the ground and in the air. They'll go back to the ground on this play as Kirkwood breaks a tackle, spins through another, a gain of 8 yards up the middle. 26 seconds to play in the third quarter. I formation for Nelson, and he's got his fullback out of the backfield, Mike Henry. That's good for a gain of 9 and a Gophers first down. 1 quarter remains in the game as Minnesota is threatening to add on to their lead. Nelson fires over the middle. A pass is caught by Drew Goodger. 14-yard gain for the tight end. First down, Minnesota. And now an I-form look as Mike Henry leads the way. It's Kirkwood going right up the gut, looking for running room, powering his way, a gain of 8 yards. Minnesota still in that I-formation look as Nelson tosses outside to Danelle Kirkwood. To the 5, first down, and tackled at the 2-yard line. First down and goal. James Gillum in the backfield. Handoff up the middle. And Gillum breaks the plane of the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. 37-9 as they look to put this game out of reach. 6:48 to play in the football game as Minnesota is up by 29 points on the New Mexico State Aggies. Colwell back to throw on first and 10, and Theron Cochran makes it 4 times today, and that ties Minnesota's single game record as he was upended and then got the sack. This defense has given Colwell trouble all day. Pistol formation on 3rd and 17 yards to go. They're setting up the screen. It's caught by Morrison, but Botticelli reads it. It's a loss of 4 yards. 4th down and 22. And with this lead, Minnesota has entered the second-string players. Mitch Leidner in at quarterback. He hands off to James Gillum on 2nd down and medium, and that's a gain of about 5 yards. Under 4 minutes to play in the game. Twin tight end set for Leidner as he hands off to Gillum. Nice cut to the outside. 20 to the 15, 10 being chased. 5, touchdown, Gophers. James Gillum from 30 yards out. Double dips into the end zone, his 2nd touchdown on the day. And look at that nice juke to the outside. A very nice move. 45-9. The second-string defense is now in the game for Minnesota as Morrison takes the handoff and he's caught from behind, a loss of 1. This defense still playing very well. 3rd down and 11 yards to go for Trayvon Colwell. In the pocket, he's got to fire it long, and it's intercepted by Derek Wells. His 2nd interception on the day takes the return into Aggie territory, cuts to the 35, and he'll get to the 31-yard line. Wells has 2 interceptions today. It was Travis who had 2 last week in the victory, and now here is Roderick Williams in the game for the Minnesota offense, going up the middle for a gain of 2. The Gophers just trying to run the clock out. 3rd down and 7, and Leidner hands off to Williams up the middle, and he will go for a Minnesota touchdown. 29 yards this time. Minnesota just trying to run out the clock, and they score to make it 51-9. And that is a perfectly run pump fake draw. Touchdown, Roderick Williams. And after last week's thriller in Minneapolis, Minnesota cruises to a victory here today on the road. The final score is Minnesota 52, New Mexico State 9, as Minnesota allowed 3 first-half field goals, but shut out the Aggies the rest of the way and collected their second victory in dominant fashion. Week 2 is in the books. Minnesota is victorious. Thank you all for joining this edition of Gophers Football. Next week, we'll be back home in TCF Bank Stadium as the Minnesota Gophers take on the UTSA Roadrunners in Week 3. That's the third of 4 non-conference games. And so thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week back in Minnesota.